When you ask a language model to solve a hard problem, how it reasons on the inside matters as much as the answer. Graph of thoughts, or GoT, is a framework that lets a model reason over a whole graph of ideas instead of one straight line. In this video, why linear reasoning breaks down, how GoT works, its 4 core operations, its architecture, a code sketch, and where it wins. Start with the problem. Chain of thought makes a model think step by step, but in a single straight line. If one early step is wrong, the whole chain is wrong, and there is no way to explore alternatives or combine partial results. For genuinely hard, decomposable tasks, like sorting a big list or merging several documents, one rigid path simply is not enough. The model needs room to branch, compare, and recombine its own ideas. This idea has been evolving. Chain of thought is a single line of reasoning, one thought after another. Tree of thoughts opened that up into a branching tree, so the model could explore several paths and backtrack from bad ones. But a tree still has one limitation. A thought can only ever have one parent. You can branch outward, but you can never bring 2 separate branches back together. Graph of Thoughts from Besta and colleagues in 2023 removes that limit. It models each unit of reasoning, each thought, as a vertex and a graph, and the dependencies between thoughts as edges. Because it is a general graph, a thought can have many parents. That one change unlocks something a tree cannot do, taking several independent lines of reasoning and merging them into a single, stronger result. At its heart, GoT works by transforming that graph. New thoughts branch out through generation. Separate thoughts get merged together through aggregation. And promising thoughts get sent back through the model to be improved, a refinement loop. Generate, aggregate, refine, over and over, growing and reshaping the graph until it converges on a high-quality answer. That feedback loop is the real engine of GoT. Look closer and there are 4 core operations. Generation prompts the model to branch out new child thoughts from a parent. Aggregation merges several thoughts into one, synthesizing partial solutions. Refinement feeds a thought back through the model with context to improve it. And scoring evaluates each thought so the system knows which ones are worth keeping, merging, or refining further. How is this actually run? GoT uses a controller that follows a plan called the graph of operations, which lays out which transformations to apply and in what order. A prompter builds the messages for the model. A parser extracts the thoughts from its replies, and a scorer rates them. The controller tracks everything in a live graph reasoning state and decides when the process is done. So how do the 3 paradigms compare? Chain of thought is one straight line, cheap but brittle. Tree of thoughts branches to explore options, but branches can never rejoin. Graph of thoughts is the most general. It branches, scores, and crucially aggregates, letting independent thoughts combine. More power, at the cost of a more complex reasoning plan you have to design. In code, the open-source GoT library lets you build that plan explicitly. You create a graph of operations, adding a generate step to branch thoughts, an aggregate step to merge them, and a score step to rank them. You attach a prompter and a parser for your task, then hand the whole graph to the controller and run it. The graph, not a single prompt, defines the reasoning. Where does this pay off? On tasks that naturally split into parts and recombine. Sorting a long list by splitting, sorting chunks, and merging them. Computing the intersection of large sets. Counting keywords across a document by summarizing sections and adding up the counts. Or merging several documents into one coherent summary. Anything decomposable is a natural fit for a graph. And the payoff is measurable. On a sorting benchmark, the original paper reports graph of thoughts improved output quality by about 62% over tree of thoughts, while at the same time cutting cost by more than 30%. Better answers for less money, because aggregation reuses partial results instead of exploring every branch from scratch. So, when should you reach for it? Use GoT when a problem clearly decomposes and recombines, and quality justifies the extra engineering. Skip it for simple questions, where plain chain of thought is cheaper and simpler. The real cost is that you, the designer, must define the graph of operations up front. GoT trades simplicity for the power to combine ideas. To recap, graph of thoughts lets a model reason over a graph, not a line. Thoughts are vertices, dependencies are edges, and for operations, generate, aggregate, refine, and score, reshape that graph toward a strong answer. Its superpower is merging independent thoughts, something a tree cannot do. Reach for it on complex, decomposable problems. Save this and follow for more.